What is up? What is going on, everybody? I need you guys to let me know. I think I found the. That was my earphones. I think I found the issue. It might have been a bad cable. So if all is good, hopefully my mic sounds good for the whole episode. So again, let me know if it goes haywire. I'll make sure to let the guests know to let me know. And yeah, welcome to the Reliable Trades podcast. And yeah, all good. Hopefully we're good. I think I figured it out. But if it happens again, we'll switch out the mic and go from there. But appreciate it or appreciate you guys for coming out. Welcome back to the Reliable Trades podcast. And today we do have another live show. We have a good guest coming on. A lot going on, including him working a little bit late. So I'm going to run the ads really quick. I think I have everything ready to go. I'm going to let people come in. You can, chat, ask your questions, and we'll get back to you in a couple minutes. I also want to thank our new sponsors, CallRail. So I've been more into marketing and just online presence with our business. Even though we only do commercial, word of mouth is really good for any business. But once you get to a place where you want to be, a big name online or just anywhere, be recognizable, like I said, online presence, have a nice website, be able to be searchable in Google and all these different search engines, and just have a big presence. You need to know where to spend your money, and all I'm going to say is that CallRail can help you track that if that's something that you're interested in. CallRail can tell you, hey, these are not working so much. These are working really good. Stop spending your money here. Put more money and effort into this. And just be smarter about what you spend. So make sure you go by callrail.com. They do have a no risk free trial and you can check it out for yourself. Local HQ is a marketing that is geared towards the trades, proven strategies that get your business more leads. They can help you rank higher on Google and all that you would need. So reach out to them at localhq.com/reliable and mention me or the Reliable Trades podcast and get 2 months of SEO for free. All right, and I want to thank our other sponsors, Jobber, CRM that does everything, and now they take mobile payments on your phone. It's like a tap to pay that you can activate on the app itself. Take payments. You don't have to chase down checks. You can take payments. We take payments online. They run their credit card. They pay through through their bank. There's different ways that customers can pay you through Jobber, and our customers love it, especially the local ones, because they can just log in, pay their invoice, and then it's collected. We're done for that. Done for that service, maintenance, whatever it is. Everything is set up in our Jobber CRM. I also want to thank VETO Pro Pack, the best tool bags. I do have a video, I think, coming out this week. I wasn't going to do any more reviews, but I got asked to do a few other ones. So we're going to get to those, I think, this week. And we just outfitted our guys with more VETO Pro Pack because they outgrew what I would consider the helper bags, right? So there's one that has gone a little bit above and beyond very quickly and we just picked up his wrapped van today. So I'm excited to see that out on the road, and he's been running his own calls and doing this and that. And he had the SBLD, and he asked if he could have a little bit of a bigger bag because he's clipping things on the side and, kind of stuffing it. You got to be careful not to overstuff your tool bags, but I feel like he did, need something a little bit bigger. So we have, that for him. And VETO Pro Pack is basically the best tool bags, and all of our guys have switched over to that. I also want to thank our other sponsor, LiveSwitch. They, they have this video technology that you can use. Personally, right now, I'm training a lot, and that's what I'm going to be using it for. You can also use it for customers. Customers love to send us uh, photos and videos and all that kind of stuff. And if we can just have it to one, it's basically like a link that they can click onto and then just upload whatever they need to, get some help over the phone, stuff like that. And we'll be trying it out more in the future. Now, our guest today just showed up. I can see him now. And he is someone else who just started doing his own thing, running his own business, and starting it up from the ground up. So I kind of wanted to get into some of that kind of stuff, and then we'll get into the chat. So if you guys have any questions or have anything to add to it, I'll get through the chat in a minute. But let me bring on our guest here. If you guys are on Instagram, you might know him, the HVACgame. And I need to assign him. What is up?
Yo, what's up? It's good to see you again.
Good to see you, man. How are you?
Busy. Man, today was crazy. But general is
Stressed?
good. Lots of work.
Are you stressed?
Today, yes.
Are you strictly doing your own business now, or do you still work somewhere?
No, I'm doing both actually. So I have
Oh
my
my
W-2
God.
still, and on the side I'm doing the rest of the stuff.
I don't know how
And
you
then I'm
guys
also
do
doing
it.
the social media stuff.
I don't know how you guys do it because I just had Rudy just work, and he still does the maintenance that he does, like the apartment maintenance. And then after work on the weekends, he has his own business, and it's like, dude, how do you guys? I don't know how you guys do it. You guys have another level of busy and stress yourself.
Yeah, I don't recommend. I don't think like if I would do it again, I think I would start
Wait,
slower. I would maybe
or
put
okay.
aside more money. Yeah, like maybe make more, put more on the side in your W-2 so you can just put it on the side and then you go all in and give yourself like maybe like a buffer of like 3 or 4 months or something where you can get it going already. If you have family and friends, just start with that and then just finish your W-2 and then go all in on your business because it's just too much.
So okay, so you've if anybody hasn't seen you, you're on Instagram under the username HVACgame. You show kind of your daily
Yeah.
work, and I actually really wanted to try the Ray-Ban Metas because you do a lot of content first person point of view. So I finally got those glasses myself, and you and I had you on here before, so this is your second round. You help a lot of other
Yeah.
technicians out, and you have this community that you got going on, and you kind of do some training on top of, because you mentioned you still work somewhere, you opened up your own business, you do social media because you do work with brands, and you help other technicians
Yeah.
on top of that.
It's crazy. I don't
you're
know why.
you're
I
no,
don't know
you're
why I'm doing
crazy.
all of it.
You're crazy. So yeah, if anybody didn't know, can you just explain really quick what that is that you do on social media, the HVAC game, and kind of that community? Because I think that's a really good thing. And you just had some in person, or you do in person stuff as well.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, basically I started a community to scratch my own itch because when I started out the first, I would say like 3 years were really rough. Like you have to learn so much and I started out in maintenance. So I didn't even just like focus on air conditioning, but I had electrical, plumbing, air conditioning. We had a restaurant in there. We had like fire service, like sprinklers, pool, like elevators. So it was like so much that my mind was just exploding. But when I focused in on air conditioning, also it was like because you have the condensation, you have like all of the stuff going on, like the troubleshooting, you have the electrical, you have the refrigerant side.
You
There's so
know,
much to it that when you're starting out trying to have all of the knowledge like aligned, it's very hard. So
it's
that's
like
why I
it's like
started the
it's like for
community really to
myself. For myself, I know the
uh,
refrigeration aspect front to back. I love working on the actual, like, if it's whether it's a motor or pressure control, pressure switch, fan cycle control, it's low on charge, there's a restriction. Those are my favorite calls. I hate when it's like a leak issue or like a condensation, like you said, something with a duct. Those are the calls that I hate because I'm like,
Yeah.
I know this stuff and I like doing this stuff. I hate everything else that comes with it, which is why I don't like to do AC as much. We are doing more of it now because I was like, all right, I guess we need to do more of that because there's a lot of places that I'm finding right now that are not balanced correctly. There's no air balance. The
Yeah.
duct work is a mess. There's spiral duct everywhere. Like it's just not gonna work. And it's like, well, I actually have to fix, some of the air issues or the airflow. And like you said, like they have they're like, why are events condensating? Can you fix that? And I'm like, man, that's not the stuff that I like to do, but it's very important as well.
Yeah, it's something that I wish I would have probably done more of, like going a little bit onto the installation and learning ductwork, installation, like drain
Yeah.
line management and airflow stuff like that, and installing more new equipment because I'm coming from a maintenance background, so everything that I do is maintenance, like first
Yeah.
maintenance, and then I do like change outs and stuff like that. But new installations, I have very little experience.
I did not
But yeah,
do
going back
any.
to yeah, sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did not do any construction. I did not do any installs. I went straight into service, so that's what I know. And right now, like we have
Yeah,
a job tomorrow where we got to fix or rip out duct and do redo it for a restaurant because it got overfilled with water.
lovely.
Like there was a drain that was so bad, and then some other company went out there and I guess they replaced the blower motor on a carrier unit, right? RTU, and
Hmm.
they spliced the wires, and it's color coded. I don't know if you've noticed, but they're color coded, right? It's like black, blue, and yellow because it goes through the VFD and all that. They put them
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
backwards.
Okay,
They put the colors all wrong. I was like, all you have to do is follow the colors, and that thing was running backwards. I was so
well,
confused.
don't judge. Okay.
So now, well, now that ruined the duct because it had overfilled with the drain, but then also it running backwards. There was a
Is
ton of
it
condensation.
ductboard or what is it? Or is it
It
like is
it
it
is
flex or
all
what?
ductboard here.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, I
that
don't
thing
know
is
why Texas is
trash.
like so. Texas loves their ductboard. It's like so weird.
See, like everybody's always like, why is it? I'm like, I don't know. It's just a Texas thing.
I don't know either. It's like ductboard everywhere.
Yeah, because you're from
Yeah.
you're in Austin, right?
I'm not in Austin. Yeah, I mean I'm here since 2 years. I
Mm-hmm.
was before I was in Florida, but we had
Oh,
like we hardly
yeah.
had any flex duct. It was actually like metal duct with insulation, like the either the fiberglass or even the Armaflex insulation, like double walled sometimes. Like
Yeah.
it was really good insulation.
Well, I know I cut you off. Were you saying something?
Yeah, no, I just wanted to go back on the on why I'm doing the school community and why I'm doing the social media stuff is because I felt like okay, I'm out in the field and like what is something that I would have liked to see when I was starting out is just like a technician just taking the time to just maybe explain some of the things doing, some of the troubleshooting, and I just started to see if it was something that people wanted, and that was February 24, I think,
Okay.
that I started on Instagram, and I just started posting like these short reels, and people liked it, and then I naturally like connecting with people and networking,
That's the
so I
best
thought like
part.
let's have a yeah, that's I met you, you know, on the AHR,
Yeah, that
so
was cool.
like this year that was cool, yeah, and then all the other influencers, and it's such a tight community, like everybody loves helping each other. And then I was like, well, why don't we bring it to local and actually meet in person? So I had like 3 meetups so far in Austin. It's just like barbecue, like hangouts where you can come and you can talk shop.
Yeah, I was gonna
And
say
yeah, now I have
Sasha
like,
doesn't make you work. This is like for fun. You guys barbecue and hang out and just chill. There's not like an actual like there's no training or working.
yeah, I'm thinking about maybe doing that at some point in the future, but I think people just
Yeah,
like hanging out and talking about like all the stuff that they like, that they don't like, and just random shit. Like last time we talked about like video games and
Okay.
movies, and just like this guy started a business and then this guy did something else, and then I don't know, politics, like whatever comes up, you just talk about it because I mean we're all like outside of air conditioning, we're all just like, fathers and
Yeah.
technicians and brothers and family, and we all have our things going on. So it's just nice to connect on a deeper
Do you
level
do
as
you
well.
do you have any kids?
I have a daughter. Yeah. She's 1.5.
It's like, how do you do all this? Okay.
Well, I try to keep my weekends off somehow. So I try to like, like set aside time. And in the morning before I leave, she wakes up like at 5:30 anyway.
I
So
remember. Yeah.
she's awake. Yeah. And then at night when I come home, I like usually try to hang out with her. And then on the weekends we go and do stuff. Like last week we went to like a trampoline park and just
Oh
jumped
yeah.
around for some hours.
Yeah.
But
See, that
yeah, it's
is
very
that is my thing. It's like I work all week, and lately it's been better. I haven't worked too late, but I still have to go in every now and then when it's like a tough call or something like that because we hired. So like it's been getting better, but
yeah,
because
you
before,
mentioned that, yeah.
yeah, before I would do all the calls, all the if we did an install, I did all the brazing, all the electrical, all the commissioning. Like it was always me, even though like I had help with my dad or my brother. I was the one that knew more, so I was like, I want it done right, and they would just help me put it in and kind of do other things. And like during the week, it's been okay. I haven't worked too late anymore. Every now and then, I do have to go in, but like you said, like the weekends, I try to get off or like make sure that we're scheduled or push things to Monday. I'm like I really don't want to work on the weekend. Um, and
Yeah, I
we
find
try
that more
to
and more. It's like,
we try to because whenever we used to charge overtime, we started charging overtime, right, and it kind of helped because they would call you for the dumbest things on the weekend, right? When you because I there's
yeah,
still one or two companies that do it, but like the back in the day, the whole thing was like on the van you would put 24/7 service, and if you did that, you would get calls all sorts through the night just for something being off for a little bit or um, some dumb calls that would come in. I'm like, that can wait till the morning, right? So we've been
yeah.
trying to be better about scheduling and kind of putting things in place and
How,
making
how
sure
do
we.
you market that though? Like if you say 24/7 service, like if you're trying to
It's
get on
hard.
overtime, because now, yeah, now I'm thinking about it because I didn't start my company alone. I have a business partner, and she's very good on like the back end, which I was like, I know that I'm good as a technician and I'm good at customer service. I can talk to the people, but I'm not that good on the back end stuff with all the like invoicing and the finance, and Jobber helps a lot with that.
Well, that's kind of what I
But
wanted to talk about today. Yeah.
oh, about the company, how it's structured and how I'm starting it, or
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nasty. I gave him a chance to cancel, but he wanted to do this. Okay, it's not against his will. Um, so what
no,
what what, what was your question?
I love this.
And I just wanted to come on here and kind of talk to you about starting a business. But like, what was your question again about the 24/7?
Yeah, so how do you manage that? Because my like basically my business partner, she wants to do like 24/7. I'm like, I don't want to do 24/7 service. Like make your normal business hours 7 to 6 if you want to have long hours,
Yeah.
or make it whatever, make it 8 to 5. You have your normal hours, and then make if people want earlier or later, say you're available from 5 to 11, like 5 a.m. to 11 p.m., and then you have the overtime charge in that. But if you ride on your truck 24/7 service and people call you and then you don't deliver it,
Mm-hmm.
then it's like people are like, well, I called you for this and you're not doing it, so now I don't trust you. Like, what the hell? That's
Yes.
what I feel. But
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get it. That's why I said I saw companies do that, and it was like because before there was a lot more competition. I believe there was a lot of companies coming up. After we had been in the space for like a few years, and
yeah,
that was a thing to do. That was how you got customers. Oh, I do 24/7. Oh, I don't charge overtime. Yeah, this and that. You're screwing yourself. Honestly, there's no way around it. So in mine or in our company, we started telling the customer because we had customers. Now, mind you, my dad started this business, right? And he does commercial kitchen equipment, and then I brought in the
Yeah,
HVAC
exactly. Yeah.
side of it, and
Yeah.
he used to charge like 40, $45 an hour, and I was like, dude, like we can't do that. And then I've been getting
Like
it up
what? Like for the customer, 40 to 45 an hour?
40, yeah,
Like
$45
that's what he
labor rate
really.
was
Wow.
our going
How do
rate.
you survive with that? That was like 20 years ago or 30 years
Uh,
ago.
15 years ago, something like that. It didn't
That's
work out
crazy.
too well. No. uh,
I
we
believe it. Yeah.
we crashed. It happens. So we had to raise our prices, right, and we had to charge accordingly. So all that is stuff that we learned. Now, when I introduced overtime, because my dad didn't even charge overtime, I was like, dude, we need to deter these people because they're calling us all night and it's for really dumb calls. So we had to tell them, hey, after 5 o'clock, if you put a call in, and sometimes
Mm.
if they put it at 4:30, I'm still gonna run it overtime. If they put in a call after 5, they have to understand that that is overtime rate. And a lot of times, if you just talk to them, tell them, explain it to them. That's always how we do it. They'll think about it. They'll think twice. They'll be like, do I really want to pay that much more when I can wait till the morning,
Yeah.
right? Because we
Yeah.
do we
Exactly.
do
Yeah.
restaurants. So like if one of the fryers is down, and like my dad got mad the other day because they were like stubborn that they wanted it fixed, and he's like, they got 3 or 4 freaking fryers. Why do they need the last one to work? So stuff like that, you can most of the time get them to wait, or like an AC unit that they don't really use, like for another room or something. So we had to put
Yeah.
that
Like
in
backlines,
place.
maybe sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, we had to put that in place to deter them, and most of them understood it, and now they think twice to call us for that. Uh, the thing is now we
I think
have
you want to make it like painful enough where they have to think about if they really need
yes,
you or if they can
yeah, because I'm
survive until
like,
the morning.
hey,
So
yeah, because like I'm doing myself a favor by not working late if I tell them about it,
yeah.
but I'm also doing them a favor by telling them, hey, this call could be like half the price if you just wait till the next morning, right? Most of the time we can send
Yeah.
someone
Exactly.
out
Yeah.
the next day. Uh, Rarely do we have to wait 2 days, but like we tell them this call would be a lot cheaper if you just wait till the morning, and usually that works.
How many technicians do you have working for you now?
Oh
Because you said
God,
you hired this year, no?
we just hired 3 people, and we got one more on the way.
Three. Really? Holy shit.
Uh,
So
it
business is
just
going good for you guys, huh?
it just happened, yeah. So the other thing is
That's
I've been
awesome.
working on my website. So like we had our website go up, and they keep bugging me for like, what are your hours? Because we have somebody that takes care of it. And
Yeah.
I was like, I think I was annoyed that day or something. I was like, we work whenever. I just like I don't know how to explain it to you. If it's after this hour, it's like overtime and this and that. So they put on there 24/7. So our website I think still says 24/7 or something. And I'm like, we need to change
Okay.
that. Um,
I recently had a conversation with somebody and it just made me think about how crazy it is for us, like blue collar or air conditioning. I mean, for us, air conditioning specifically, because he's a good friend of mine. He works in the office, so he works 9 to 5, and it's just his schedule, you know? So I'm like, I don't even think like for me, like if I have less than 10 hours of work in a day, like where I'm actually like somewhere working, like I'm out of the house usually 10 to 12 hours. So for me,
yeah.
like just being away is like 8 hours in the office is like crazy. It's like I don't even. It's so unreal for me. Like
See
how much
it.
do you work? Like all the time.
Oh. That discussion is the hardest to tell people because uh, even my girlfriend, because she's a teacher. She works a lot too, and I had to explain like I have certain hours, right? But then like because my daughter the other day just asked, or her daughter. Oh, hold on.
I don't know if it's on
Did
my
something
end.
on mine change?
Now I can hear you again.
Okay,
I don't
I
know
don't
if it
know
was me.
what that was. Do I sound okay?
So her daughter. Now you sound okay. I can hear you now. I don't know if it cut out for anybody else or just me. I don't know.
No, I think it did. No, I think my something switched on my screen. I don't know what happened. All right. Anyway, that's why I don't do them live anymore. Yeah, she was asking like, why do you work from home sometimes? I'm like, because my, because she asked me. I was like, I own the business. That's what we do, right? We work basically 24/7. And I was
Yeah.
trying to explain that to her, and then she's like, "Hmm." And then she mentioned my dad, and I'm like, "Yeah, your grandpa makes me do all the work." I was like, "I do all the back end, all the invoicing, billing, emailing, all that stuff." So that's what I have to do when I'm not physically at work. So that's the I don't know for you, like that's the hard part to switch to when you run or when you work a regular 8 to 5 or whatever it is, you clock out and you're done, and then you go and run your own
Mhm.
business now, and you have
Yeah, I
to talk to customers, deal with.
like I don't think the office changes the calls around for you, and you're confused, and maybe you have another call that you were planning to, but generally you truck, you clock in, you go to the site, you do whatever you need to do, pick up parts of the supply house, you get a PO, and then in the end you're done. You come home, you just clock out, and then you're done. But it's crazy for me, like, because not just like the setting up of the business, because you have all of the legal stuff, you have your contractor's license, you have trucks, you have insurance, you have inventory, then you have um, like labeling your truck. Like, do you have, like, you need to have the sign, like you need to have your license on there, just even that. So there's like things just before you get started, but then having the customers, scheduling the customers, talking to the customers, and then scheduling it for yourself and seeing, okay, I have 2 calls scheduled for today, I can be there by this time, but then what happens if the call takes longer? Now it's on you to call the customer to let them know you're going to be later. As a technician, you're just like, okay, this job, instead of the allocated 2 hours, it took me 3 hours. And then the office calls, hopefully, the customer and lets them know that you're going to be later. But that's, and then afterwards, you have to, like, I mean, it also depends because I work commercial on my W-2, but then it's more on the residential side with my own company, with this one.
Yeah.
Abba HVAC. That's fine. um, so then it's like different. Also, it's like, because then you have the addicts. So you go into addicts, and then you have to explain to the customer what's going on. You have to sometimes just have the service fee, and when you arrive, then you find out what's wrong. So then you list it out on commercials. Most of the time for us, we have a certain NTE, so you have the do
Oh,
not exceed amount.
yeah.
So you're like, okay, can I do this repair under this amount? And if you can, you just go ahead and do the repair and bill it. But then with a residential client, you're like, this is what we found. This is how much it's going to cost. But then you have to have the cost. So you have to price out the cost, and you have to know what the material costs. And then what is your markup, because you need to stay in business. And it's a whole different ball game. I mean, it's like, that's crazy.
So me and my dad had to learn that on the fly because my dad. So like you are doing this, and like I said, Rudy, I talked to earlier. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on the sound because it keeps like wanting to switch. So if you ever hear me cut out or mess up, let me know. Um, so or you and Rudy started your business before like actually going full time because you're doing it on the side basically. My dad
Yeah.
was trying to do that, and then somebody got upset at his actual job, and there was a whole thing. He says he quit. They said they fired him, whatever, and he had to jump into running the business, like just doing it uh, without being
Yeah.
able to do it slowly. He had it already, you know, business name, the legal stuff, everything put in place. It was just, he kind of got pushed into it. So we had to learn that on the fly because when I started with him, I was doing still what I'm doing today is like all the back end stuff and designing and marketing. And he's like, I need a logo, I need a business card, I need this, I need that. And he's like, I don't know how to do that. He just knows how to fix things, right? So we learned all that
Yeah.
together, and that's always a hard part because now taking over. because I never used to do like I dealt with that stuff, but I never dealt with like worrying about the business too much. Like he was the one that kept it in check for like the money, how the money was doing, what we were charging, for a while
Hmm.
until
Hmm.
I kind of stepped in. But that's the hard
So
part because
are you taking over for him now, or like how long have you been doing that?
basically, well, I've always been doing like what I'm doing right now. I've always done it, and I did it more. I want to say like 8 years into it, because I've been doing this almost 20 years, is when I started
Mm,
to take a little more responsibility and stuff. Because before that,
okay.
I just wanted to. I was a kid. I was like 20. I just wanted to go and do the work and then go, hang out with my friends, right? So I didn't really
It's a
care too
big
much.
difference, no, from 20 to 30. Like you
Oh
don't think
yeah,
so,
oh
but
yeah.
it's a big shift in how you view the world.
How you think and everything, yeah. Because
Yeah.
basically, I've always helped him with it. I just didn't know. I didn't understand it. I didn't like, care too much, honestly. Now I'm doing
Yeah.
more, and now I'm keeping an eye on everything. Like I said, I'm doing more marketing, which is probably why our phone is ringing off the hook right now, because we never had a website. We never were like in a Google search. Like people are like, we're finding you just, searching, and that's all that stuff
Yeah.
that we put into place just to make sure that we can be found and stuff. And yeah, big difference, man. It's grown.
Do
We've
you spend
learned.
money on advertisement? Like what's your lead generation workflow? Like do you have Google Ads or something and then you do your website and or how do you do it?
No, for the longest time
Nothing?
until it was word of mouth and our van wraps.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I've found out how important the
But
van
now,
wraps
sorry,
were.
but now
Go ahead.
because now you said you mentioned something about your website and you said since you had your website, you're getting more leads
Yeah.
because you have a better website, better structured or just visually more appealing or
Well,
what changed on
we
the website?
I don't think we had a website before, and if we did, it was like the probably the worst kind of website because I probably did it myself. I don't remember. Uh,
Okay.
and obviously we never used it because I don't remember it. A year ago or two, we started using a marketing person that sponsors this podcast. It's Local HQ. They offered to
Okay.
do our website and all that. So I was like, design one and show it to me, and we'll see if I like it. I love it. It looks great. It's very appealing.
Okay.
Our jobber form is on there. If they can fill it out, we can get back to them. And
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
because of that, I think we've gotten more calls. And they also handle our Google business profile. So we've gotten some
Okay.
reviews. I do commercial. We don't get a ton because like 20 stores is like one manager. So like they've already left us a review. We can't get another review, right? Unless we start asking. I know it's important. So like unless we start asking like all the managers, like the store managers, there's other ways there are other things we can do. But if I'm being honest, we have too much work right now that I'm just trying to keep up with what I got. So the
That's a
website, I
good
think,
problem to have.
yeah, the website I think made a big difference because it is super professional. It looks nice. Uh, so when they search for kitchen repairs or AC repairs or whatever it is, and we pop up, and
Mm.
everything looks nice and professional, I think that helps a lot. Because we've gotten a ton of
Oh yeah.
calls. Sometimes I have to turn it down because it's just not what we do. But I feel like as long as that phone is ringing, and I can say no to most of them, and then get some good ones out of it, like that's always what you want. You always want it to ring. People call you this and that. The wraps
And
are the number one thing though.
yeah, really? Okay. So people call you and they say, "Hey, I saw your truck and I'm calling you now."
Yes, my dad has been chased
How do you
down to get the number and website.
that's that's intense. Okay. That's good
And
to know.
the
Yeah,
other day
we
I got a call because they saw us at Home Depot.
okay. Like in the parking lot, you were parking and then they saw it
Yeah,
and then
so
they
I
called
called
you.
my dad. I was like, "Hey, were you at Home Depot or something?" Because I knew the other guys were like on a job site. He's like, "Yeah, I just
Yeah.
left there." He like sounded creeped out. I'm like, "Oh, we have a customer. We need to schedule." They saw you at Home Depot and they called us.
Okay. Yeah, so for us, also because I'm doing the social media, so I'm getting opportunities because now that I've been doing it for a year and a half, there is some content so manufacturers can go back,
That
and
helps.
there's like
Yes.
so many people reaching out, and there's a company that reached out to us actually. Um, they do SEO search. They're called Gushwork, and they use AI to basically search for what your local people, like your potential customer, looks for or searches for, so you can rank higher on Google in
See, I'm
the
still
search
learning
that they
that stuff.
specifically look for.
Yeah, I'm still learning that
Yeah,
stuff.
I don't know anything about it. I know it exists, but
I have a few more emails that I'm trying to get through because they want to help with that kind of stuff. I just had
yeah.
another call the other day, but it's for like another major because we only do commercial restaurants, so that makes it a little bit
Mm.
tougher for us. We can't run like, um, oh, like Ewok. What's up, man? He they do YouTube ads. I've seen that
Damn.
too,
What's up?
like the Facebook ads, the YouTube ads, stuff like that. Uh, but that works for residential a lot. I don't
Yes,
need the
that's what I
homeowner.
see. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't need the homeowner calling me.
Yes, that's what I'm for. Like basically, I don't know because I don't know how you started out, but what I don't know exactly how it works, but what I've been told is on commercial, the problem is cash flow because you have usually bigger jobs, and most of the commercial stuff is net 30 or sometimes even
Yes.
net 90. And so I started out thinking that we'll do both residential and commercial, but it's a little bit tough because it's a different workflow and it's a different setup.
You
Like
need
I'm
to
finding now.
build the
Um,
capital if you're doing commercial.
yeah, exactly. So that's why I'm like, you need to like the residential pays like usually right
Yeah.
after the call, or sometimes I know people that even charge before they get on site, which is interesting. If it works, it works. But so that's why I started out saying, okay, I'm gonna have residential to have the cash flow, and then
Oh,
I'm
okay.
gonna work on getting commercial clients so I can bridge the gap and try and get more into the commercial side because that's what I like doing and that's what I've been doing more of. Um,
See,
but
that's why.
how did you guys start out?
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we'll get into that. So that's why, dude. We've been on a roller coaster. So yes,
Okay.
with commercial, you don't get paid right away. So that's always the negative, and that's why some people don't like it. But as long as you have a system in place and you have good customers, that's the other thing. You have to have good customers. I just saw.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you know Francisco, Climaster. He posted
Yes.
a long post today about doing a big job and not getting paid. That sucks. Having to chase
Oh, yeah.
payment
That's yeah.
and issues with
Yeah.
payment, stuff like that.
I yeah. I had somebody tell me that the client, he had a client, and they had him put in, I think, three new AC units, and they knew that they were gonna file for bankruptcy because he installed the units, and 2 weeks later they filed for bankruptcy, and it cost like just the equipment itself cost him like 15 G's or something.
Oh yeah,
And he said he got paid $500 after 2 years. I was like, what the hell?
that sucks.
That's things that you don't even think about, but it
No,
happens. Like it's crazy.
no.
Like
So yeah, you need to, and that kind of goes back to my point of starting slow and small, right? So we did a lot of
mm,
local restaurants and stuff that would pay like on the spot. So like if we do like a local
okay,
burger shop or barbecue place, they typically pay, and we still have a couple that we do. We still get new customers that might need something, and those pay on the spot. They'll just write a check you, and then you're on your way. When you get into the commercial stuff, which is what I prefer to do, it's a lot of these like national chains, right? Like franchises and all that.
mm, yeah,
Those are the 30 days. Those are the ones you have to wait. You have to usually be in a system to get paid, and they will pay out and all that. And I have to be on top of it to make sure that they pay out. Because you don't always. It might come in 30 days. It might come in 60. It just depends on the customer. And so when we started, my dad did have money to kind of start,
to bridge it. Okay,
but very little, dude. We had to. just be creative with it. So, we didn't buy new vans, we didn't buy new equipment, new tools. I had a lot of hand me downs that I would get secondhand to buy, like recovery machines
Mm.
and vacuum pumps. We had an old pickup truck that we used, and we just try to charge what we could and then stock up. Because what I've always said is like, charge enough to get another part to stock, right? You go get a motor, you buy two, right?
Yeah,
And that's how you build it up.
yeah.
But what was I getting to? So the
The
way we
the
worked
money,
around
the cash flow. Yeah.
the way we worked around it, because at first when I went to trade school, they would tell us, don't let the customer buy this or buy that. Don't let them supply materials because that's your money. You need to mark up this and that. So I was like, okay, that was like
Mm.
my mindset.
Yeah.
We had too much work when we started, and one of our customers, because a lot of them, and some of the guys that do commercial might know, like a lot of the customers, restaurants and stuff, they'll buy their own equipment. A lot of times they do that. So when that started happening, I was like, what the hell? Like, I'm not making any money on this, this and that. It was actually a good thing. So we got that because there's some places that needed like 4 or 5 units. My dad's like, I don't have that money. I don't have the money to go buy those and hold on to that until
Oh, I see. So
you
it
get
actually
paid.
worked. It worked for your benefit so you could charge the labor and they bought the equipment, so
Yeah.
then
So
you
for
didn't have the upfront costs.
a long time, that's what we actually tried to do. We actually tried to tell them, can you buy this or can you buy that? And then we would just charge
Interesting.
like
Okay.
the install or labor for that.
Yeah, I talked
Now,
to I talked to one of my friends, and he's been doing HVAC for like 40 years, and he's kind of like giving me a little bit of the tips and things that he learned over the years. And he said, I mean, he's also now charging whatever he wants to because he's been so long in it. But he has his equipment cost, and let me remember this what he said. He said that he charges. So he has this material cost. So let's say it's 5,000 for the equipment, or let's say 10,000. It's 10,000 for the equipment. So he charges, what is it? So let's say you have 10,000 for the equipment and he sells it for 15. Let's just go with that. And then he says, so he charges the customer 7.5 before he even buys the equipment. And then another 7.5 when he drops it off because he just does it on the side. So he basically drops it off maybe let's say Monday and then he does it on like a Saturday. So
oh,
when he
okay.
drops it off, so by the time he drops it off, he already basically has all his money back. So he's like
Oh,
basically says, okay, you get
yeah.
three checks. So he goes to the customer and says, you're going to pay me three times. You're going to give me three checks. One is when I'm going to order the equipment. One is when I'm going to bring you the equipment. And then the third one is after I drop it off. And that's what he says. That's what he does. So he has this like material cost, which is the
Yeah.
equipment is covered. And he
Okay.
basically already has some plus before he even starts the work. And I thought that was interesting.
That works. That works too, because that's why I was saying you need to be creative with how it, like for us it was the fact that our customer at the time was buying some or needed so much equipment that they ended up getting a good deal at the supply house. Like they ended up making an account and they were able to buy directly. So
Hmm.
at the time I was pissed, but then I was like, oh, that actually helped us, right?
Yeah.
And like what we do with new customers, we do something similar with new customers. So if we have a customer, like we had one that needed like 2 or 3 AC units, right? And then we had to go make our bids, and then we won the bid, and we're like, okay, now in our quote we have to have the terms as far as like what needs to be paid up front in order to do work for them, right? So I
Hmm.
typically will see if they'll be okay with paying, most of the cost. Like there'll be a percentage, most of the cost, and like you said, it covers either all the equipment or like at least most of it, right? And then we can just collect the rest after we're done because it's all like labor and small things. So you just have to, work around what you got, because if you don't have the capital or the money like for us, like now we can, but before we couldn't sit on like 2 units or whatever it
It's
was because it would just
yeah,
be
it's crazy. I mean, I even see
30
it
days,
now,
whatever.
like yeah, because now like I don't have my own like refrigerant. Let's just say it's like stupid like that. But let's say you have to buy 454B, and you're spending $800 or $900 or $1,500, however much it is now, on a jug. But you have one call where you need it, and it's a service call. So you're basically spending $800 just on your refrigerant, but you might only make, let's say, 400 on the call because you're just
Yes.
there and the customer just wanted to top it off. So now
See,
to do the job, it actually costs you money to do the job.
yeah.
Like that's something that you don't
So
even think
that
about as a
is
technician.
something because I do refrigeration, so there's
Yeah.
more than a handful that I have to worry about. So that's why
Oh yeah.
even with that, because I've heard different people use different kind of math to do the markup for refrigerant. I just charge if it's something that we don't use a lot, I charge a little bit more. If it's something that is like you said, if it's like they're like 134A, I wasn't
Okay.
using for a long time, and we charge more for that one. 407C, the same thing, or there was a bunch for R22. We used a few of them, and also if that customer has equipment that has been retrofitted for MO99 or what was that other one, 427. I was like, we don't have that. You're gonna have to pay for us to buy that jug, right? Like, there has to
Yeah.
be a fee
Yeah.
in there because I don't use that refrigerant. So like we've done things like that, and Freon was talking about like the markup. Just charge for
Yeah.
everything.
That's
I've also told people if you don't know what to charge, and this is what I told my dad a while back, like, and our guys, like, if you don't know what to charge, times it by 1.5, and that's your final price. Just know that it's
yeah.
covered.
That's what I was gonna get to. Like, take down your entire like labor, all your materials, and multiply it by 1.5 or 1.45, whatever you want to mark it up. But that's like an
Yeah,
easy
I don't
way how
remember
you
where I
can
got that
at
from,
least
but
make some money. But
I was like,
yeah.
that's if you don't know what to charge, use that. That way, because we don't do residential. Residential has a lot of rates, right? Like if you go change something, it's like this is what it costs no matter what. But we are time and material, so I always tell them like figure it out and then times it
Yeah.
by that, or ask us if we have a like a rate for it or something like that, or like a set price or a quote. If we don't, just use that math and you'll be covered. As long as it's covered, because if you forget to charge for something, or you have like you're giving out PVC or wire nuts or copper, like you're gonna lose a lot of money.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like all the little items, it just adds up, and you don't really think about it that much. But then
And
if like basically that math, the 1.5 works really well, I think for like a solo operation.
yeah,
But what if you have a technician? Because let's say you're paying a technician, I don't know, whatever the rates are different everywhere, but let's say you're paying the technician $30 an hour, um, and you are hiring the person. So then you have additional costs on top of that, like payroll tax and workers' comp and insurance and other stuff. So from what I've read, I don't know exactly what the formula is, but let's say if you're paying them 30, the cost for you is at least 45, like at least half on top for you
okay.
just to hire that person. But I don't know if that's like something that you experienced or what's your, it's just,
I think our rate
or if you're
covers
looking
us.
into that too much.
Our rate covers us pretty well. We every like when we hire, especially right now that we hired quite a bit, our labor cost is going to go up. There's no way around it. Now it's not going to be crazy. It's not going to
Yeah.
be like $30 extra, but it'll go up a little bit, and we'll adjust it as we need to. The other thing is like what we're trying to do is because we have our labor rate, we have our overtime rate, and then we also have man and a half rate. So like if we have a helper or something like that, just to cover the cost. We also have
Like
yeah, we
you're cutting the
just
helper as a half.
it's funny, but
So discriminatory.
my dad has always done that. Back even
That's
when I
funny.
started, it was man and a half. There's man and a half charge. There's 2 man charge. So we try to make it
Yeah.
up
Okay.
somehow. Uh, and you just you gotta figure it out. It's hard to deal with. It's a lot of numbers to crunch, but as long as you charge
Yeah.
for
And I think,
everything, and the technician has to be Good. I just had this talk with my technicians too. Like, if you screw up, because then it falls on you. Like, if you screw up and you take all day to change out a motor, like a simple motor, or you take forever to change out a capacitor or something, whatever. Like, you mess up, that's gonna cost us money because I can't pass that to the customer. Like, there's no way I'm gonna charge
Yeah,
8 hours for a
exactly.
capacitor or something.
Yeah, that is crazy. Um, Now I lost my thought, but I had a question on the.
Somebody,
No, it's
what
fine.
was it? Sam Andrew, regular viewer. He's like, just tuned in. Where is the guest from? I hear his accent.
I'm from my mom originally. Just kidding.
He's from Texas.
I'm from. I'm well now. I'm Texan. Yeah, but I'm originally like I was born and raised in Germany. I came to the States when I was 21, so I've been here for almost no, not quite, but I've been here for like 15 or 16 years now. So
And how long have you been in the HVAC trade?
2011. So what is that? 14 years.
There, my mic went again. We'll say that again.
I said 2011. 14 years about, yeah.
Oh, okay. So you've been doing it a while.
Yeah, but I'm always like when I started sharing that I started in maintenance, then people discriminated against me, and they're like, "Well, maintenance doesn't really count for HVAC." So I was like, "Well, if you count where I started changing out, um, like actual like stuff like condensers or where I actually started on the refrigeration side of things, I would say like maybe 2 or 3 years less than that. But yeah,
Okay.
it's been a little bit. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Now I remember what I wanted to say is on the numbers because the technician, like when you're starting out in the business, because like you're a good technician, so you know what you're doing. But I think a lot of people don't realize that it's not about your technical knowledge and your technical skill set that translates to if your business is gonna be like doing good and if you're gonna be doing good financially. So what I started doing because now I want to see, okay, what I'm pricing out, is it actually, am I making money on this or am I losing money? So what you can do is just keep track, like you can just make it very simple on like just write a note on your phone or something, just write it or write it on a piece of paper. Just write down the exact hours that you have actually spent on the job, even if that's like pricing out stuff or if that's like calling around to get quotes and then doing the actual work and then list out all of the materials, not just the big materials, but list out, okay, I used 5 wire nuts there and I
Yeah.
used electrical tape and I use that, and it's small cost, but once you have that down, you just basically, after you do the job, you already collected your payment. You say, this is all of the stuff that it cost me. This is how much I made. Did I actually make money on this, or do I need to raise my prices? And that will give you a better idea of like where you need to be at. And then also, if you do um, like open system repairs, you always basically have the same type of material. So you have like weld materials, nitrogen, you have all of your stuff. So just make a list of that and see what the price is. And then also I would suggest maybe like every year or so just go through and update it because the prices change. I mean, so
Yeah. Those little things are what bite you at the end because you don't think about it. You're
yeah,
throwing wire nuts or throwing this and that, copper fittings, whatever it is, and those add up really quick. That's why we had
it,
that
it,
talk
it adds up a lot. Yeah.
not too long ago. Like, we need to charge, even if it's like a miscellaneous fee because you did electrical work and you used like so many wire nuts or wiring or anything, right? Or you did a drain line and you had to get some PVC for it, or whatever. Like, we don't charge like, oh, we used a coupling. The coupling is like however much each and multiply it.
Yeah.
Like, we just
And
have
then
like a
and then your invoice gets like
miscellaneous.
this long.
Yeah, yeah. So we have like a miscellaneous thing where it's like piping and this and that. And we typically, like you said, you have to know how much it costs, how much you use, and then you can kind of figure out like what you need to charge. And then you just put that fee in there. Same thing with torches. If you braze anything, there's a fee for that. that'll cover that.
Hmm.
It'll cover your rods, your gases, all that. Recovery, you can get that back if you just charge a fee. Vacuum, you can get that back if you charge a fee. There's been some other ones that people
Yeah,
brought up,
because you have
but
the vacuum pump oil, and also your
those are the
vacuum
main
pump doesn't
things.
last forever. So you have the
No,
yeah, we
because
have we have weld materials, which includes
yeah,
all of the oxygen, acetylene, the sticks and stuff like that, and then we have miscellaneous electrical consumables, and then we have like mounting hardware and piping materials. So it's just that way you can like make one line item for it and just say, okay,
well,
we use
you're
this
better
here.
than us because we never used to charge for that stuff,
Oh.
so we screwed
Yeah,
ourselves.
I'm a stingy German. I want money for everything.
And I was like, this doesn't make any sense. After a while, I was like, this doesn't make any sense, right? Like the labor is not covering everything. We need to get fees in here. Now, we never like to charge a service fee, so like a trip fee or anything like that. We don't charge that. We just charge straight labor and material. But what I've told the
Hmm.
guys, because we service a big area, is like you can charge in your labor or like your hours the trip to get there. I was like, you need to cover it somehow because we tried the trip fee or the trip charge. Nobody liked it. Everybody, I don't know. People, I guess people would complain like there's too many fees or whatever. So I was like, just
Hmm.
put it in the labor and put it as your time to get there, and that's how we'll cover it. So I've been telling the
Interesting.
guys to cover that because I mean it takes time to get there. Um,
Do you have a normal like diagnostic fee or something like that? Like, do you have a when somebody calls you out for a service call, do you have a specific fee? It's like this is just to get on site and diagnose it, and then you go on top of that, or how do you deal with it?
no, so we've gone out to a few because we typically work with the same customers, but like if it's like a new customer and they're like, oh, can you just come check it, and like in that situation, I just tell them there's
Hmm.
like a minimum hour and a half fee, so it's not uh,
Oh,
a
okay. Okay.
diagnostics fee, it's just a labor fee, right?
Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah, because I have a um s- it's a service like it's basically just like a diagnostic charge. So I have that, and that's just whatever is my charge,
That
and
works
then
too. We haven't had to put that in place. We can cover most of what we need to with that kind of setup. Like, and I tell the guys too. I'm
mm,
like, if you go, especially if it's like a regular customer, maybe an hour minimum. But if you go and it's like a 15-minute check, you charge the hour or charge the hour and a half, whatever it is. So that's how we get our fee
yeah, okay.
because sometimes you go out there and it's like, oh, you need this, or you can tell right away, but you're not gonna go out there for. I'm not charging 15 minutes. I'm charging, a bigger amount.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. No, I guess it's just how you set it up and how it works for you, but if that works for you. And then how do you do it on the technician side of things? Do you because I know there's different setups, but do you like because you're paying your technicians, is it port to port, or do you have like when they get on site, or is the trip home, is it paid, or how do you guys do it?
So we're super small. We haven't had to get super strict. A lot of the
Oh,
guys
okay.
that have
That makes
worked
sense.
here have been really great, and the guys right now that are working for us are all younger and they really want to learn. So like, I'm not saying that we're like we don't take advantage of them. Like we don't make them work late or anything. They get out at 5, right? Like they should be going home at
Mm.
5, but they get paid on. They're like on salary,
Should.
so they
Okay.
should, yeah. So they're like on salary. We're not super strict. Now, if they're late to these calls that we schedule, then that's something else. Uh,
Yeah.
and my dad used to be a little more strict with it, but he's been happy with the guys that we have, and they've been good. They've been hungry. They've been doing a lot. They volunteer to stay late sometimes. They volunteer to work weekends. We try to pay them. We do cover them for overtime, so that is where we keep track. But like their normal
Okay.
hours that they work during the day, like during the week, like their 40 hours, it's just paid on a weekly basis or on like a salary type of deal. We don't,
Interesting.
you know,
Okay.
we don't kind of dock them for hours here or there. Lately, we have not had that problem though because we've been keeping them busy 8 to 5.
Okay. Well,
So
that's
it's
good.
it's been good.
All right. Do we have any specific questions on like starting a business or getting into it that you had, or maybe we had in the chat that I can answer maybe now from my limited like because I've been doing it for like 3 or 4 weeks now. So
Well, I
whatever I
wanted to
learned
ask
so
you
far.
earlier, like, what made you jump into it, like, quickly or this quickly?
Honestly, I've asked myself that question recently because I'm like, why am I so stupid to start this? And yeah, because like honestly, I make enough with between my like commercial job. Like I'm not lacking anything. So I was like, why am I actually doing this? And for me, it's more of a I want to see like what I'm capable of, basically. And for me, it's more of a challenge of I want to see if I can build this into a job. Like messages that they're like, hey, I just spent like this amount of money on trade school and now nobody wants to hire me. And that is very disheartening for me with the labor shortage that we like already have. Like we need more like seasoned technicians, but we can only get seasoned technicians if we're actually turning around and we're training people that want to be in the industry. And that's already so hard to get into it and learn everything and get good at it. Um, so I want to see if I can kind of help in that way. And I have already ideas if it's gonna work out. Um, to maybe have like an apprenticeship program where people can, come in and learn it with or without experience.
Hmm.
And yeah, so that's kind of like why I'm doing it. I want to see how far I can go, and I want to see what it's like, and I want to challenge myself. But now being in the situation, I would be like, I would probably have waited another year or so and just
Um,
gone full time, as I said before. But yeah, that's kind of like
wh-
why I'm doing it.
where did you get that name from for your business?
Oh, that was actually my business partner. She did the whole marketing, and she is very religious. So she was reading the Bible, and she loved seeing me with my dad, with my family, like me as a dad, seeing me with my wife and my daughter and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And she's like, wow, this guy takes care. And then she was reading the Bible and she saw Abba, which is a fatherly figure from the Bible. So it's actually a word like Abba means father. So that was her she came up with the idea and I loved it. I was like, that's a great slogan, like dad level care, professional grade service, and then you have Abba HVAC, which also means but
Yeah,
a lot of people
and
that I talk to they say Abba, there's like, oh, the group, the band, I was like
yeah.
music, so
I was
like
like that.
I
I was
guess he
like, it
likes
has to
music or not,
be.
so
I was like, it has to be something else because I thought of the same thing. So you
what am
partnered.
I the poor
Yeah, Freon, Leon.
Free Leon is like, no, I'm actually naturalized, so you can't kick me out even though you want me to.
Um, so then you partnered with somebody to open his business.
Yeah, I partnered with Ellis, and as I said specifically, I did not want to start on my own and have all the additional tasks because I already knew from people that I talked to that started their own business that the amount of extra work that you have and the amount of extra knowledge you have to have just to operate the business is a totally different skill set than you as a technician.
Well, yeah.
So I was like, I can partner with this person, and she like knows like she does real estate development and she did like other
Well,
companies, so she has a lot of experience on that side. So I was like, that's a good fit, like yeah.
yeah. Miguel was thinking the same thing. Dancing Queen, um, ABBA. Um,
Yes.
see, see. Well, you have a head start, and that's another thing to realize as a business owner is you don't know everything. You need to find the people that do. So you already kind of have that help on that end. And I, like you said,
Yeah, the thing
she
is
knows more of the
I'm
business.
just yeah, I'm curious about business, and I don't know if it's just a natural thing because my parents were self-employed, And I started a company myself when I was 19 back in Germany. I did like landscaping. So I had my
Oh
own
yeah.
company back then and I like subcontracted stuff out. So I don't know if it's just because I saw my parents do it early on, that they were self-employed, that I kind of went into that mentality. And I've been listening to a lot of Alex Hormozy and Cody Sanchez and like other people online that are like more of the entrepreneurs and buy a business or like have a business. And a lot of people like the School of Hard Knocks, they're like, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go with a team. So I already had this because I also talk to people like you that have their business that are like, you don't know how much additional work you're gonna like basically sign up for when you're starting a business. And so it kind of scared me a little bit. And that's why I specifically said I want to start a business, but I don't want to do it alone. And Alice actually approached me and asked me if, because we work together on the social media side of things, like she helped me with some of my back end social media stuff already. And so she asked me if I was interested to start a business. And I was like, yeah, I mean,
Mm,
I'm looking for someone. So
okay.
it just kind of naturally evolved. And then we're like, we gotta just jump in. So,
That's cool. Yeah, like I was gonna say, you have your help right now to kind of get it off the ground. We didn't, but another big thing is like networking. Some that was what my dad was good at, is networking with like the supply houses, places you get parts from, places that you want to do business at, people that can get you in places like that. That I realized real quick that you need a lot of that too. You need to network and have good friends to help you
yeah.
out when you need it, because that's how we got into it, like early on. That's how we got into some of those places that we worked at, was because we knew somebody and they liked my dad,
Mm.
and they were like, well, let's give you a try, and we'll try you out, and give you some work. So
Yeah.
that's how we got into a lot of stuff, because my dad knew people. And the other thing was, yeah, we talk about marketing. We didn't do marketing back then, but we went to restaurants and we went to hospitals in person and gave out cards and brochures and talked to them and try to be personable and like try to, get along with them, and talk to them as a human, because that's all they want, right? They want to have a connection and a good relationship with the people that they call to service, that they're going to be there every week. You're going to see these people every week. So they want a company they can trust and they like having there. So that was the stuff that
Yeah.
I
That's,
saw
that's very
early
big. Yeah.
on. And we did a lot of it in person, like talking to restaurant owners and managers and stuff like that.
And one thing that I don't think, like, I don't know how many people know about that, but there is a lot of Facebook neighborhood groups. And
Mm.
I've heard from several business owners that if you do good work for one person, like you can basically get an entire neighborhood
Word of mouth.
for you. Just, yeah. And they just post it in their, like, what happens is either the person needs somebody and then they post it in their Facebook neighborhood group and it's like, hey, do you know a local HR company that does good work? And then somebody has good experience with you, so they post your name, and then all of a sudden you have the entire
Yes.
neighborhood giving you work,
Well,
which
see,
is
again,
it's also
that's digital, that's
that's a
online.
word of mouth.
Back in the
Yeah,
day, 20 years ago, uh,
yeah,
we did work, work networking, and having people, having friends went hand in hand with good work. That was what I relied on. I was like, I know my stuff back and forth. I take pride in what I do. Back then, it took me like a little bit longer than it does now, but I try to do the best that I could. And if we
yeah,
did a good job, or we, fixed stuff or made stuff look nicer than other companies, they remembered that. And then they would tell,
yeah,
like one hospital, they were friends with managers at another hospital. They're like, oh, if you need work, we got these people here, and they can go. We'll refer them, and this and that, and same thing with restaurants. And so that stuff has always worked. And it's just, I think, like you have to keep up with the times, because now I never wanted to do marketing or online stuff, and now I'm doing it, and the phone is ringing like
yeah.
crazy, and I'm like, we should have done this sooner.
Yes.
Whoops.
Do you think, I don't know if you do it a lot, but do you do social media for your business as well? Because I think most of the content that I see for you is more like you're sharing tips for technicians as well, or like tools that you use that you work with. Do you do
back in
anything
the
for your
yellow,
business? Do you have a dedicated?
back when we had yellow pages. Um,
What are
so
yellow pages? No,
that,
just kidding.
so that's why I started my uh, channel on Instagram. Well, I started on Instagram. I started my Instagram and my YouTube channel for work because we were looking for work at
Hmm.
the time. That was like during the COVID or right before. Oh no, it was during COVID. We had work, but we were looking for more. And I tried social media. The problem is I couldn't reach people that were local. I started getting people from other states, other countries, right? Seeing my stuff, and I'm like, oh, this is completely different. Like that, it wasn't working for business. And
Yeah,
I even tried the Facebook stuff and all that, and it just wasn't working. Sometimes I would get
interesting. Yeah, I think what
messages,
works better. Yeah.
but they weren't getting anywhere. Like, oh yeah, we'll call you and nothing.
Yeah, I think what works better is if you have a social media account company and you're posting like the work that you do before and after, customer testimonials, and maybe just like
Yes,
sharing things like little tips here and there. So when the customer finds you online,
yes.
then they go and research you. They find your social media and they're like, okay, these guys, they look like nice people. Like they have some customer success stories. You have some before and after, and they're like, okay, let's call them. So I think it's more of a once they found you already, it's just a more of a trust.
So
Like
if you
it builds
build,
trust, I think.
yes, if you build up a social media account and it's like just you and your work or whatever it is, you can use it
Yeah.
later for business because uh, there are some guys like Curtis and a few others that get work from their YouTube channel because they post, all their work basically, right? Like that's
Well, I
and
just
they
get like Indian guys asking if they can come work for me.
oh, I used to get that a lot too. No, but like for some people it works. So like for those guys it works.
Yeah.
For me, what I've tried to do is, and I was trying different things for a while, but like I have social media that does well. So now I'm trying
Hmm.
to. I mean, I kept the name similar, so they can find us. But I started
Yeah.
mixing the two. So like on our vans, we have a website, right, that goes to our work website, and then my social media accounts are linked on that website. My social media handle is linked on our vans, and I was
Mm.
actually thinking
Okay.
about it today, or not today, but last week, because we're wrapping like 3 vehicles right now, and I was like, because I made a work Instagram just to have it so I can upload like actual work photos and not like all the crap that I post, but so I have a business profile, business Instagram just for pictures, right? Just, work related pictures before and after, or the guys working, whatever it is, right? But I was like, should I put that one on the van or should I keep mine? And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep mine. And I just in my bio, I just put where I'm from and then that I own, and then I link the business profile
Your company. Okay.
there.
That's
That way
smart.
they
Yeah. I think it's
because
better
my
if you have a personal. Yeah.
yeah, because mine is like there's so much content on there, like that's where I want to direct them to. And if they see my YouTube channel, I mean I work at these restaurants, that's all my YouTube stuff is. Like they're going to
Mm.
see the kind of work that we do, right? And it's like well, if you want to go to our business page, you can go there, but it's mostly going to be pictures. If you want like actual
But I also think
footage of
that
me
it's
working,
more
it's
like
mine.
from the customer side. I think it's more, it builds more trust if it's you as a person instead of you as a business. I think people are a little bit wary nowadays of like company accounts because they want to see you as a person working for like they want somebody that they
I've
can
I've
connect with
had
instead of
I've had
like a
customers
faceless person.
that watch my YouTube channel. They're hey, I've seen you on YouTube, and I'm like, oh shit, okay. Like that's why I try to be super honest in my videos, and I never put any
Yeah.
customer, under the bus or anything like. And that's how I've always been. So it doesn't really matter if they find my YouTube channel because the way my dad has run his business, the way he taught me to run it, is to be honest with the customer all the time. That's and that goes back to like the trust and you know
Yeah,
relating
be
to
very
you
transparent. Like, yeah.
as a person, because if you're honest all the time, they're not getting taken advantage of, because that is something that we take. Like, we get a lot of customers that are fed up with a company that is lying to them or overcharging, or you know, I've heard some weird stories, and they find us and they're like,
Oh, yeah.
we've been screwed over.
That's crazy.
So you always got to be honest, even if you make a huge mistake, you mess up, like, just be honest and
Yeah,
try
it's
to
better to just say, it's
own up.
just better to say I fucked it up, and then
I'll make it
just
right.
fix it, and
Yeah.
then yeah, exactly.
Some companies give a discount on maintenance or parts if you write a review. I've thought of it, but I don't know. We're working on it.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be an incentive, but I think it's more of like where in the customer journey you ask for the review, because I think if you ask for it like after the work is done and you're already out of the house, it's kind of too late.
Yeah,
And
it's hard.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a good incentive, but yeah, I mean, reviews are very important because people look at them,
They're
and if you have a lot
important.
of 5-star reviews, then
Yeah.
they're
Well, they're
super
important,
important
but they're hard to
for.
get unless you're on them about it, because I can't tell you how many times I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna leave a review, don't worry, and then I forget. I feel so bad. So, like, you
Oh
know,
yeah, I'm so
it
bad with it
happens.
myself. Yeah.
And that's why, like, I know you're with Jobber too. Like, that's how I got all my reviews. I think was through the Jobber thing, because we have it on to ask for reviews and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
we have
we've
it. We have automatically set up for it that like after the job is done, it sends it. But I think it's I don't know. I'm still new to this, but I think if you ask the person or if you go already into it, it's like, hey, we're here to provide like this. Like, I
yeah.
mean, I hate to say like, hey, we're here to provide 5-star service because it's like so like salesy. But if
Well,
you're like,
there's
hey,
this
we're like here to make it all right.
there's a sales.
Yeah,
The other sales tactic is, did we provide you with, like, after, if you want to do it afterwards, do you feel like we provided
yeah,
you 5-star service, and then you hand them the tablet. Um, there's
yes,
different ways to do it. I feel like the only way you're gonna, like, the companies that have a ton of reviews is because they will literally wait there for them to do it, and they'll give them something to do it, like a tablet or something, and they wait for it.
yeah. It's like
They're
here,
not gonna
do
leave
it
until you
here.
do that review. It's like that little tip, that little tip screen everywhere you go. Like, leave a tip, and then they shove it in your face.
Oh man, this
Yeah,
is so annoying. It's
I was
like
like, what?
30%. You're like, what? I can't even go below 20% anymore. Like, what the hell?
Oh, they
Like
when they have
sometimes.
it when they have it like for you to pick one, it's always like the highest amounts. I have to go and I'm like, no, I'm gonna write it in, and I'm gonna give you the proper percentage. I don't want to give like 30%.
Yes, I know. It's crazy.
Um, man,
Okay.
I was thinking of something and I forgot. Was there anything else you wanted to cover?
From my side, I
I
mean,
think
I'm
so.
I'm still I'm new. I mean, I don't know. Like for the business side of things, yeah, I covered what I found out so far, and I'll see. I mean, I'm new at this. At some point, I'll probably have enough jobs to fully transition over, um, and then we'll see how it goes from there. But like, I think we were when was the last time we were on the podcast? That was like a year ago, no? About 8 months
Where are
ago,
we?
10 months ago. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was
But
a year ago.
it's just it's interesting to see like from the change of like service tech to lead tech to now having like licensed contractor, having my business, and it's like an evolution, and it just shows if you just stay in it and you take action, and if it's something that obviously it needs to be towards like whatever your goal is. Like if you wanna become a
Well,
DJ
yeah.
and you're an HVAC, then maybe that's not the right thing. But if you have the goal, okay, this is what I want to do, and then you just every day take a little action towards it, and even if it's hard, like for me to do the contractor's license was like just to do the license itself from the beginning of when I decided I'm going to do it, to get all my paperwork and get the companies to sign for it, because it was like several companies that I had to get to sign for the experience, and then you apply for it, and then you do your prep course and you go. It was like 8 months just to do that, and there's like cost involved, and it's just like
Yeah.
it's like yeah. So
Yeah.
just stay at it, take action, and just like continuously try to make it better or improve it. And I think eventually you'll just get there. If that's
If I can do it, anybody can do it. It took me 3 tries to pass that damn test. Yeah.
really, did you do a prep course or no?
No, just went in there and took it.
No. Okay. It's probably cheaper because to take the test is only like
It
seventy
costs. I
dollars,
paid.
and
I
I
paid 3 times. Yeah.
yeah, but for me, I paid more than you because my class was like 1,500, and I spent two
Oh,
days in Houston. But it was really good because
dude,
they went
I
through all of
did that
the.
test when I had a newborn. It was so difficult.
It is for me, honestly, the test was, I think, the most nerve-wracking thing I've done in my whole life. It's because I did the type A and I did the commercial and the refrigeration. So I did
Yeah,
the environmental. So I have the combined now, and it's 120 questions. You have 4 hours, which sounds like a lot, but
it's not.
so it's two different. So you have to go twice, and on each test you have 120 questions. But I actually have the books still here. If you look at these books, it's like you're getting information from all of this. Like these are all of your books. So they're having like I think they mentioned it. I think they have like 6,000 possible questions, and it's from everything from system design to troubleshooting to installation to refrigeration to electrical to it's so
That's what
crazy.
threw me
Like,
off.
but
That's what threw me off because I went in there and I took this in my early 20s or mid 20s, and I hadn't been doing it that long. But I was like, I want the license, and I was
I mean,
like,
it's really good to have a license.
yeah, and I was like, this is not the stuff that I do or even the stuff that I see here. But you need to know everything to take that test,
Yeah,
and
it's
it's
it's book
open
it's the
book.
it's the book knowledge. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but
the
it's
book
open
knowledge, but
book,
you have to know how to navigate the books.
and you don't. Yeah, you don't have time to be looking at for every answer because
Yeah, like you see all of the tabs, all of the tabs.
yeah, that's what I did.
This is all of, and then this is like from gas, and so it asks you like all of the legal stuff on how to install the gas, and what if it goes through an attic, what if it goes through the roof, and or like there's like what if it
I
goes
was
out
like,
on the
dude, I don't
sides,
even.
and what if
I
it,
was like, dude, I didn't even do this kind of work.
yeah, exactly.
So,
But yeah, so yeah, I don't know if there's any specific questions, but that's what I could share. So
oh, but I think
and
we had
and
talked
honestly,
about
I'm just
because well,
one thing I
Miguel.
wanted to say.
Well,
Yeah.
I just want to read this real quick. Miguel says he highly recommends your school community. So, that's awesome.
Yeah, I saw his name in the chat and I was like, oh, Miguel is here. Like, yeah, he's good. He's cool. He's in the community, and yeah, thanks.
Well, I
I love
cut
it.
you
I
off. What
love
were you gonna say?
it. Thanks, Miguel. Yeah, so I say take imperfect action over trying to come up with the perfect solution for something. Like honestly, I'm still running my service calls, but that's for and then I have my normal car. So I just literally take my tools out of my truck and I put it in my car, slap my sticker on there, and then I drive there. So like I think
Do what you got to do.
I
Yeah.
think yeah, exactly. And I'm really inspired by like people like Ewok. I don't know if he's still in the chat, but he's like full blast. He's going. He's doing his social media things. He's learning. He's sharing stuff, and then he instead of buying like this like fancy sports car or something, he went and bought a van, and he's setting up this van with all of these brands,
You know what I was
and he's
doing
just
at
setting
20?
it up, you know.
Oh, and that's the hardest part
Party.
because real quick, buying a van. I've always told people buy a used van because it's already mostly outfitted. Like every time we buy one, like it already has refrigerant racks and the shelving and everything, right? Because people always want to go buy a brand new van, a brand new truck. I'm like, that's going to cost you a lot anyway, but the shelving and the racks, that costs a ton of money in itself. But yes, Ewok buying a work van to have already as his main vehicle. That's cool. I love it, and I think it's cool. And he's been smart about social media, right? Because everybody always wants to be have a big account, have all this stuff, right? Because social media, everybody's on there. Everybody
Yeah,
thinks a certain way about
but he
social
has a
media
smaller, like he
influencers.
has less followers than me, and I think he probably has more sponsorships than me.
Well,
I mean, he's bigger on
he
YouTube, but
throws himself out
but
there
it's
a
crazy.
lot,
Like,
and he
yeah, for
networks.
sure.
That's
Yeah,
it's
no, he does it
that's the
really well. Yeah.
networking thing. But no, but everybody always wants. Oh, I want free tools. I want free this. I want free that. He's setting himself up by buying a van, and then he's like, okay, I'm gonna work with this company because they offer shelving and
Hmm.
ladder racks,
Yeah.
right? And he's like, okay, my van is
Yeah, that
already
stuff is
outfitted.
expensive. That
Yeah,
that stuff is
and
expensive.
then
Like some
he
shelving is like 6 to 10 grand, no?
it's
Like for
crazy.
vans,
Yeah,
it's
and
crazy.
then he works with tool companies, and now he's already set to have all
Oh,
his
somebody's
tools.
commenting that there's no sound. I don't know if that's. I
It's
can I
probably
can
on.
hear you, but
Yeah, it's probably on YouTube. It'll sound fine after
oh,
we're gonna end it already anyway. But um,
okay.
you he has it outfitted. He got he's working with tool companies. He's getting his tools set, so he's already ready to run a business at
Yeah,
20 or
and he's still
19.
like, yeah, exactly.
Um, so basically, he's setting himself up right. What was I doing at 20 years old? I was buying these 20-inch rims for my sports car. Stupid expense. Very
Yeah,
stupid expense.
that's yeah. Anyways, yeah. So I love
So
seeing that, like setting yourself up for the future
yes,
success. So that's why I'm like also saying like if I would have like known what I get myself into, I would have probably waited another half a year or another year, and then gone in ready, with like a van setup and done it similar to Ewok.
yeah,
But I'm that's why I'm saying I'm more of like just start, figure it out along the way and just continuously reiterate.
yeah. Oh, Sam was saying because I did hear when it cut out. It was when you were running your service calls. You said you use your personal vehicle, right?
Yeah, so I don't know if, I don't have a picture, but I have my personal car, and then I have magnetic stickers with my company name and my license on there. So when I go on a service call, I literally just grab my tools out of my service truck for my W-2. So I grab all of my tools, put it on my car. Obviously, you already have some kind of idea, usually what you're gonna get into, because the customer is like, this is what's happening. So most of the time you can figure out, okay, it's the capacitor, or it's this, or it's low on charge or something. So um, and then I just put it on my car and I drive up in my car with a magnetic sticker on there. So I'm
Yeah.
saying just start and figure it out along the way and just continuously reiterate, look back, see if you're making money, and just keep going, and then just
And
do little steps
adjust
every day.
adjust accordingly. Yeah. So we had, or you had mentioned about like if you could help people with apprenticeships or anything like that. Um, that was
Hmm.
something I don't know if we talked about it on the last episode because that was something I was thinking about last year. Was like I've heard the same thing because you mentioned it earlier and about people that can't get a job or they can't get experience. I've heard the same thing over and over.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's weird because apparently all the companies that are hiring at 3+ years. But if you're finishing trade school, you don't have field experience. So I'm like stupid. Like you're spending
no,
twenty to
and
$25,000 on your trade school,
if
and then you can't find
anything,
a job. Like what the?
yeah, and if anything, the people that are coming out of trade school are better equipped than most guys that you find that are 3 years in or whatever. Like they have trade school
Technically,
knowledge.
depends which trade school you go to.
Well, I don't know. I'm just thinking because
I've heard some horrible stories too
my
about trade
brother
schools,
went
but
went through trade school after I did, and then when he finally came to work for us, uh, it was like just awesome because somebody else finally understood everything that I would tell them, right? Because I was working with older technicians. They didn't do
yeah,
superheat. They didn't do recoveries. They didn't do vacuums,
yeah,
all this other crap. So I had to work with a lot of guys that didn't want to do anything. And then when my brother came, I was like, oh, thank God, because he went to trade school and he understood all this stuff. Um, so I kind of wanted to do the same thing where we can train at our business And then like if they stay, they stay. If they go, they go. You know, I just want to at some point want to help you know, people get their experience. That was my thing too. That was one of my goals. And I think we can do that pretty soon. It's just, you know, we got so busy and we took on some guys. Like I said, we hired how many did I say? It was 1, 2, 3.
You said
right?
3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one guy came from nursing. I thought he was gonna just not hack it, and he is really good. He just doesn't know everything. Like I have to explain, you know, how the refrigeration cycle works and all that because he hasn't gone to trade school or anything. But once he figures it out, he understands it. Once you explain it to him, he understands it, and he's able to run his own calls already. The other one's a helper, so he's gonna learn along the way. He just did he's about to do the skill cat thing. He said he wanted to get into that, and both of these guys.
Well, tell him to come to my community. You can answer all the questions there. I even have some
I'll talk to him because he was showing initiative to learn more, and both guys watch AC Service Tech, Ty Brenneman, HVAC Skool. They're all.
Oh, I mean, that's amazing. Yeah.
They're all zoned in on these guys. I'm like, dude, that's awesome. Like, if you can do that after work, you know, you'll make yourself better. And then the other guy that we just hired has done this kind of work before, but more maintenance. So he's really good. Okay. Like he helped me the other day on an install doing a lot of the work. I just had to kind of explain to him a few things here and there because he's, you know, going to go full service right now. So we've had that luck, and we have another kid that's going to go to trade school and then come and work for us next summer. So it's been there. I'm in a training role now, which feels very weird to me because that install that we did yesterday, I didn't do a lot of the physical work. I just came in and helped wire.
Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird when you're just standing back and you're like looking over the shoulder and you're like, this needs to go there. And you're like, I'm not doing anything. Like
I feel weird. I feel very, very weird. And I also had to take calls and do these little phone call meetings in between and all that. So that it just helps me because I don't have to be stuck on a job, you know, doing that kind of stuff because I got business stuff to do. And I have to be patient.
Did you ever think about how to structure it?
Which one or what?
Like, did you ever think about how to structure like an actual apprenticeship program?
No.
Like from the side of it? No. Yeah.
No. So typically I was just thinking like we would take on some kids and then like see how they do. And because the thing with us is we weren't going to be paying a lot to take in like a helper or apprentice, right? Like they have to start on a lower pay. And if they would want to make more money, we would just have to let them go or let them find another job. That was kind of just my basics of it. I hadn't figured it out yet. But the guys that we have right now, I mean, obviously they want to make more money, but they really enjoy working here because we let them make their mistakes. We let them figure it out. We let them, and we always help them out when they need it. And like that one guy that came from nursing is running his own calls, and he's like, dude, I like the freedom. I'm glad that you trust me. I'm glad this and that. Like, I'm like, as long as you do good, like you're fine.
I mean, you struck gold. Like finding people like that is kind of like that's.
Oh, I know. Me and my dad have had this conversation. Do not let these guys go because I was like, I don't know if we're gonna find other ones. So, but I have to be patient too because the whole training thing is weird to me because I'm used to like, oh, just let me do it. So
I know.
Like yesterday,
it's weird.
Yesterday they were brazing, and I was just like coaching them through it. And then we looked at it. I'm like, oh, you missed a spot, so let's do it again. I was like, just try it, and if you didn't do it right, just you go over it again. Like it's not a big deal, but it's just taking the time to train has been very different for me.
I believe it, yeah.
All right. Well, I don't want to keep you too long. I appreciate you coming out after work. You worked late, right?
Oh, yeah. Today, yeah. I mean, overtime? I literally arrived. I arrived when it started. I ran out.
I felt kind of bad. Like, I felt kind of bad, but it was a good conversation.
No, I mean, I wanted to be here, so that's good. I hope I could share some of the stuff that I learned, and I hope I could help somebody. And
if anybody,
so if you wanna
Well, no, I was gonna say
Yeah.
if anybody needs anything in Austin, you do those meetups for the HVAC techs. You have that school community online that can help out some of the younger guys. I like that story though. I like that you said that you know, didn't have this, or you wish you had this help when you started, and then you're able to offer something now. Because I've had those conversations. Why do you do what you do? Why, like, even what I do, like, I was like, because if it helps one person, it makes me feel better,
Yes.
because
Yeah.
I wish I had
So
it.
yeah, if you like, for me, the HVAC game, the school community is really about connecting people, and we have almost 500 people in there now, and
Oh
it's
wow.
basically how I describe it is it's a Facebook group without all the bullshit. So it's actually a dedicated group for people that want to learn and improve.
See,
And I have
I
some more in-depth courses in. Yeah.
no, I was gonna say I always wanted to do something like that, and then I saw you doing it. I'm like, oh, he has it covered. I was like, because that's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, actually it is. But so if you're interested and if you want to connect and actually learn and also share knowledge, and we have a lot of, it's funny, it's a weird mix between a lot of really new technicians, so like just straight out of trade school or still in trade school, to people who just got a job, to actual like business owners that have like 10 technicians working for them. So there's all the experience levels. There's some technicians that are doing it for 30 years. And the cool thing is that everyone can ask questions in the community. You can get feedback, and it's from all over the world. Like we have people from New Zealand in there, from
Hmm.
Africa. It's crazy. So you see all the different things that people work on, and then I also have some more in depth, specifically focused on troubleshooting courses in the community as well. So you can just join and be part of the community. And then we have, it's not very often, it's not like regular, but we have meetups in the Austin area locally. So I posted in the community. If you want to join, you can join there too. Um, so yeah, that's just, I just do it to basically provide something that I wish I would have had when I started out. If you want to
Uh,
join, you're welcome to. Love to see you there.
yeah, that's
And yeah.
awesome. And you can find him on Instagram, the HVAC game. I'll try and link all that stuff as well. And I'll definitely mention it to my guys because they've been really into like the YouTube stuff, and that's everybody nowadays. Like, I didn't have that, so again, I wish this is
Yes.
something we wish we would have had when we started, but it's available now. You can go to the Skool community, like you said, or you can go to YouTube. You can find anybody, even on Instagram that can help you out. I've asked a lot of people there just for help sometimes, and there's plenty of guys
Oh
are
yeah.
willing to
It,
help, which is awesome.
yeah.
Um, Sam Andrew, I worked with a guy with a lot of experience, really good tech, argue with me that when he told him the low side temperature was the actual temperature of the evap. See, that's what I like about my new guys is they go by temperature, they go by saturation temperature, they don't go by pressures. That was always the argument that I had with my senior techs.
To go by temperature and not by pressure, because the pressure is
Yes,
just an indication of the temperature. Yeah,
they're
okay.
like, oh,
It's
it
like,
needs to
what
be
pressure
this.
does it
I'm
need
like,
to be at? Like, yeah.
yeah, I'm like, no, it
What, like
depends on what.
what's your ambient? Like, what's your
Yeah, so I was like,
insert?
it
Like,
depends
what's
on the ambient. It depends on if the box is hot. There's a whole bunch of things that goes into it. Um, yeah, and mainframe heating season, unless you're in the southern, it's 90 degrees down here, so it's not. We're not gonna get that anytime
yeah,
soon.
we're from Texas. We don't have, yeah. It's like another 2 months before we start
Just
getting our heating calls.
yeah, really. So not yet. All right, man. I appreciate you for coming out. Thanks again. I'm gonna hit the outro, and like I said, I appreciate it.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you. It was a lot of fun. I love talking to you.
All right, man. Let me hit the outro, and we'll end this one. Appreciate it. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you guys next week. Uh, this one. Nope.